Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special interview on today's edition of the Pipe Bomb Podcast. I'm Nick, and I'm joined by Sam today, and we have a very special guest on this week's show. She's an MMA fighter, an inspiring WWE diva, and she unfortunately got eliminated from this week's episode of Tough Enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jersey Devil, Daria Berenato.
What's going on, guys?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fab. I'm living the dream.
Living the dream?
I'm doing fabulous. Talking to you now. Oh my goodness. First of all, I just wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to come out on our show. And since the very beginning of this competition, when I saw you, I knew instantly that you were my favorite.
See, how Nick's
Aww,
feeling right
you're
now.
So sweet.
How Nick feels right now is like how I was last week with Alex. So I know this is a big deal for him.
Yeah,
I know. I'm so nervous, actually.
Bumming for a few people.
Pardon?
Alex being eliminated was a bummer for quite a few people.
Yeah, especially me.
Was he your pick to win?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Oh no!
I was so gutted. He's just beautiful, so it's okay.
Sam had a little crush on him.
I don't think it was
Did
little.
you have a little crush on Alex?
It wasn't little. It was like huge.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. He probably loves it.
Aw.
Okay, so first off, I just wanted to ask you, how was your overall experience, like, as a contestant on Tough Enough? Like, when you first found out that you were accepted and you were going to be on the show, how was that for you?
It's been amazing. I mean, anything with the WWE is, bigger than life, larger than life experience. Everything this company does and this business does is literally amazing, and their success can adhere to that. When I got the phone call, I was super excited about it, and I was like, oh my god, like, I made it to the top 40. I thought that alone was an insane accomplishment. So making it into the top 13 and being the final 10, it was insane. Working with WWE superstars and divas along the way was even better, but I think this is definitely an experience to take a lot from.
Good.
Yes,
How
absolutely. And, like, how was your day-to-day in the Tough Enough house like? Like, from waking up and then going to bed, just how crazy was the schedule?
It was pretty insane, because you would have days where you didn't even have time to shower, but then you would have other days where you had so much time that you were going stir-crazy. So there's no regular day in the Tough Enough house. I mean, some mornings I was woken up by Billy Gunn with some sort of crazy air horn siren contraption, and other days, we would just sleep because there was nothing else to do. So it was a pretty crazy schedule we lived by, and, the challenges made it all the more crazy.
Did you ever get, like, days off for yourself?
Days off for yourself. Well, you got days off, but you were never, by yourself. There's always, in my scenario, there's always 9 other people in the house. And you can kind of take a cab some days and go maybe, I don't know, out to eat or something like that. But you were kind of just trying to
Clear your
stay in
head.
shape at the same time. So, what's that? Clear your head.
Right. Just clear your head, get away from all those people.
Right. Yeah, that
how
was
was
nice.
your reaction?
That's what I could do. What?
Oh, I just said, how was your reaction to the training camp? Like, when they narrowed it down to the top 40? Just because, like, during the camp itself, when you were in front of the coaches, Booker T, Lita, Billy, and even Triple H was there as well, you basically came out on national TV with your relationship with your girlfriend, who was stunning, I may add. Oh, my goodness.
She's beautiful.
And just how was the experience of that? And also, was there any, like, negative feedback from any of the contestants or anybody once you said it?
No, not at all. That was probably one of the most insane experiences of my life. I mean, never did I plan to come out to the world, let alone on global television in front of so many people that, I look up to, like Triple H, and it was pretty insane. But all the feedback that I've received from the LGBT community has been so supportive, so loving, that even if I did get negative feedback, the positive would definitely outweigh it.
Good. That's always a positive.
That is so good to hear.
Yeah, because especially in the sports entertainment as well, the sports industry, it's hard for anyone to be coming out like that. Like, it's ridiculous. Like that NFL player, it was Sam something.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
He like kissed his boyfriend in like
I'm not
live TV.
gonna lie. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying he like kissed his boyfriend, so that was like a big thing for him. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nerve-wracking, coming out to anybody. It was nerve-wracking telling my mom and dad, let alone the entire universe, and high school friends that didn't know, and people I grew up around that didn't know, extended family members that didn't know, and so it was definitely a risk I took, but I wouldn't have taken it for any other opportunity besides this one. It was me showing the judges and showing Triple H and showing everybody that I'm willing to put myself on the line, and I'm willing to give up everything and to give you all of me for this competition and for this opportunity.
Yes, I love that. Once you said that, I had so much respect for you, because really what the judges were looking for were contestants to be themselves, and that is exactly what you did. So just so much respect for you for what you did there. And like the feedback, like you said, has been so great, especially on Twitter from the LGBT community. Like, you were the number one, everybody's rooting for you, and they're just like, so I was so happy to see WWE finally choose you and put you down into the top 10, because it was definitely a good choice.
Well, thank
but
you. Yeah,
when you were in the house, you formed a really good friendship with Gigi, which James on our show, that's his pick to win. That's his favorite. How was the friendship with her?
Gigi is literally the sweetest person I think I've ever met. She's got her little Australian accent. She's adorable. She's obviously stunning, and I think she's the most athletic person in the house besides myself. I know she's the most athletic in the house besides myself. And she's the best at all the ring work besides myself. So I would say that Gigi is definitely a good pick to win. If not Gigi, definitely Amanda. They're both equally as beautiful and talented. So I would be happy with either one of those girls winning, and I can't see it being any other way.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I really like Amanda as well, too. Like you said, they both have really great looks. They're both very physical and athletic. And, yeah, either of those two, I still wish you were in there, though. I want you to win that. Even though I really want WWE just to give you a contract anyway, because
It's
you just
definitely
have such a distinct look, and you just...
Just don't
That's
come in
good
with
to
the
hear.
fallen
That's
angel
really good
gimmick.
to hear.
Yeah, this is the beginning of
What
my
was that,
journey
Sam?
to work towards the WWE now.
What?
Perfect. I'm so excited to hear that. Speaking of some other girls, on the show, Diana, she was kind of the villain of this series. During the show, you called her out on pretty much all of her bullshit. Just how was to living with her? Was she difficult? It seemed like it. And how was everyone's reaction to her leaving the show?
I mean, listen, looking back on it, I would so much rather have Gabby out of the house than Diana. That being said, she's just a high-maintenance person, She didn't want to be there as bad as everybody else, and that was just a fact. And that fact to me was disheartening, because I knew I wanted to be there more than anything in this world. And, when I saw that someone was lacking the passion that I had, it was just like, all right, why are you here? You're taking up a spot, that somebody else could take. Like, for example, Chelsea's in the house now, and I know Chelsea really wants this. So I'm happy that Diana, quit and gave the opportunity to someone like Chelsea. But that being said, I didn't hate her, but I didn't love her. I wouldn't hang out with her in my free time.
Does it not annoy you, though, that, like, they throw Chelsea in and they throw you out? Do you not feel like you should have been given a chance to stay?
No, I think it's crazy. I honestly thought I had a real chance of winning the entire thing. I felt physically one of the most athletic in the house, if not the most. And I think I have the personality for it. I think I showed that on episodes 1 and 2. And I was actually shocked to be in the bottom 3 with Zizi and Sarah Lee, because once I saw I was in the bottom 3 with them, I was like, oh, here I go, bye.
Did you really think that was it?
On the show.
You were just convinced then from that moment you were gone?
Yeah, I mean, I was praying that one of the judges would save me. I thought that was a possibility, because I did so much better on my ring entrance the second time on live television. So I thought that was definitely an option. But if they didn't save me, I obviously knew Sarah Lee and Zizi are fan favorites. So I was definitely losing that popularity contest.
Well, I was so sad to see you being eliminated, and in my opinion, I felt like Sarah Lee should have been the girl to go home. Well, she's a really sweet girl, but just from what we've seen from this episode, she really just can't get involved into a character, and especially when they went through the reruns of their entrance, she just didn't really bring anything new, and you did. I thought you did a really great job on your second time, and yeah, I was just really, I just feel like it was the bad choice.
Well, like, you know, Daria, your entrance was better the second time round, like, regardless. We're not just saying that because you're here, but out of the three of them, it was the best one. Sarah Lee's was better, but ZZ didn't do an entrance. He did a promo, and I just don't know why he's there, and I know everyone loves him, and I'm just not here for ZZ. It annoys me that he's there. It really does frustrate me.
Yeah, I agree with you on part of that. I definitely think that Sarah Lee is the least cut out for this business in the sense of, you know, having the kind of charisma and personality that this industry is all about, which is, you know, take it for what it is. I don't know everything, of course, but in my opinion, I think that a WWE diva, a WWE superstar, they're larger than life. They're animated. They're characters. They're talkative. You know what I mean? And these are just things I don't see in Sarah Lee. I really think that she was the girl to go home, but like I said, I signed up for this and I knew what I was getting myself into, and I couldn't be more appreciative of the opportunities that I've had.
It's nice that how humble you are over the opportunity as well, like, and you're not bitter about being eliminated. It's really nice and refreshing.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that takes negative out of this is doing something wrong. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime, and I know that this door is closed, but a new, bigger door is going to open for me, and this has only led me to my path and my journey starting going on to the WWE.
Well, the door might be closed, but it's not locked.
That is true.
Think of it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I read several interviews of yours after Tuesday, and there's a question you keep referring to. So you're going to continue to pursue a career in wrestling?
Absolutely. The WWE is what I'm here for. I mean, I don't see anything in life better for me than this, and I don't see anyone more perfect for this industry than me. I'm an athlete. I've been an athlete my whole life, and I've been a performer my whole life. And this is exactly the perfect combination of those two things. It's athleticism, it's performing, it's going out there and being combative, but at the same time entertaining people. And that's what I'm here for. Good
answer.
Yes, a fabulous answer. I feel like you would be like a perfect fit for a diva. You're, especially all the amount of support that you've received from the fans, including the LGBT community. When you first started the competition, did you ever imagine how much of a role model you would end up being for the fans?
Oh my gosh, like, not at all. That's what's so crazy about this experience as well. It's like I came into this thing, you know, obviously wanting to make an impact and wanting to change people's lives and make people smile just by performing. I never thought that I could share my story and change people's lives. You know, since that, I've gotten messages from girls and guys saying that I gave them the courage to come out to their parents, and all kinds of crazy success stories and really humbling stories that have made this journey all the better. I mean, I never could have guessed that this would have happened or imagined it happening, but now that I'm living it, it's the greatest feeling ever.
That's amazing. I just feel like you would be a great representation with WWE for the Be a Star campaigns as well, because Darren Young, who was the first openly gay wrestler to come out with WWE, he does so much work for that charity. So I feel like you would be amazing with that as well, too.
I would love to be part of Be a Star. I've seen that campaign over the past several months, all the WWE superstars tweeting about it and stuff like that, and I did a little research into it, and I would love to be a part of that.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think you would be fabulous. One question I wanted to ask you, how much of an influence did your trainers have on you throughout the competition, and specifically Lita, while you were competing through everything?
Yeah, the trainers are awesome. I mean, you get to work with Billy Gunn, Booker T, and Lita. What is cooler than that? I think I got on the best season because those are three hell of coaches to work with. Lita obviously really inspired me because she was one of the first females to bring
a super athletic yet sexy appeal to the WWE divas. She was, I think, was the first woman in main event WWE, and she's groundbreaking. She's made this sport what it is today, and to be able to work side by side with her and get her advice and have her support through all of this, it's been amazing.
That is insane. I just feel like that, like you just said, the panel of judges that you guys had this season, it was probably one of the best panels yet. And I just feel like Booker T, I mean, he has so much history in this business. Same with Billy Gunn and Lita as well. She, for Diva fans, is probably one of the greatest divas of all time, alongside with Trish Stratus. So I just feel like she was a great fit for this, and I really liked how much what we've seen on the show at least, how much she was involved with the girls on the show as well.
Yeah, she wasn't just a coach. She really got into it, and like she says in all her interviews, she calls us her kids. Like, and that's really the relationship that we formed with her. It was like her genuinely wanting to help us get to the top, and it was actually kind of cool that our judges weren't our coaches, because it would have been biased almost. You know what I mean? But our coaches were able to put so much into it because they weren't our judges. So I think that was a really cool relationship that we were able to establish with them, and I definitely plan on, keeping in touch with all of them.
Good. That'd be so cool. Do you think you'll still stay in touch with this is me going a little bit mean now, and I'm sorry. Will you still be in touch with Billy Gunn after he shouted at you for dropping the title in the rake?
I love Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn's like one of my favorite people in the world. I do not hold it against him for screaming in my face, although it was very scary at the time. No, I'm just kidding. He's a sweetheart, and he's been one of my favorites throughout this entire journey.
What happened with the belt? Come on, then. You need to explain. You dropping it?
What happened with the belt? I was swimming with alligators and snakes, and an 8-pound championship belt around my shoulder, and I had it on my arm, and it was, dangling off every time I stroked my arms in the water. So I kind of tried to shrug it up on my shoulder, and it fell off my arm.
Oh.
And at that point, all I could think was, you need to finish. You need to finish. You're not quitting. I could have asked for a life raft. I could have asked for the lifeguard's help. He was 10 yards away from me. And I was like, no, I got to finish this. I got to finish this. So I looked at Lita, and I was like, I dropped the belt. And she's like, let's go. She was screaming to finish. And so I just started swimming as fast as I could, just to finish the challenge.
That seems fair. Because, I thought we'd
that
never
was
ever seen
that was an insane challenge too. You know what I mean? Just swimming with it. Kind of that challenge kind of seemed more centered towards ZZ, his kind of background, because that was terrifying, seeing the snakes and the alligators in there. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, it was legit. They were right next to us, because there were people on fan boats taking tours to see alligators 100 yards away from us. So it wasn't like we were in this secluded area that was somehow safe. We were in the Everglades with the alligators, with the snakes. It was all legitimate, and it was definitely terrifying. One of my biggest fears is swimming in the ocean or in any unforeseen water, and I haven't actually swam in probably over a decade. So that was pretty terrifying.
Oh my god, it looked like it. How was the rest of the contestants? Because during that challenge, who was it? Tanner and Josh got into a big fight. Diana was apparently cheating in this competition, some people said. So what did you think of all of this?
See, the cheating thing was hard because it was very vague. We didn't really know where we were supposed to go. All we knew is go to the boat, get the belt, and come back. So to be fair, it was kind of like a gray area, so I didn't really get into that too much. I think we all did amazing. Obviously, Diana had swimming experience. She swam her entire life.
But she said she couldn't
swim
at the start of it. So
obviously she had a leg up in this. What's that?
She said that she couldn't swim at the start of it, and that's what really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Did she say that? I don't even know if she said that, but she definitely was on the swim team all through high school, and she played water polo, so she's definitely no stranger to the water.
She a water snake.
How how was the rest of the girls living with? Because you said earlier Diana wasn't your favorite, but you would rather have seen Gabby go. Was there any? I imagine there were some issues because I seen a tweet of yours the other day about this upcoming episode. You were going to confront her. Did she say anything about the LGBT community, or what was going on with that?
You know what? Gabby just runs her mouth, and she talks out of her mouth and her ass. Like she'll say one thing and then she'll contradict it, and then she'll say another thing and then she'll contradict it. Like, I honestly don't think Gabby even knows what Gabby's saying. But the thing that she said that upset me, I didn't even think it was worth bringing up. At that point, I was hot-headed and I was like, oh, I'm gonna really go at her. But then I realized it really wasn't worth it. She just said the only reason I was on this show is because I was gay, which obviously offended me because I'm more athletic than Gabby. I have a better personality than Gabby. So it was kind of interesting that she would say that. She said it to Georgia, too, who obviously is one of my friends. So.
Did, at any point, like, did you think maybe you should start an argument to maybe try and get a bit more TV time? Because clearly that helped.
You know what? It happened. Yeah, it happened after we were done filming for the week. So it would have had to have taken place either on the live show or this coming week. Oh. And like I said, at that point, it was just like, it's not even worth my time. I honestly thought Gabby was going to dig her own grave, and I still think that. I think she's going to dig her own grave and get herself kicked off. So
I think Sarah is making a big mistake.
I think so, too. I find that a little frustrating, too, how she just labeled you like, oh, you're only here for the show because of being gay. I just don't like that, because a lot of people label people who are gay as, oh, that's all they are. Oh, that's the gay person. But there's more behind it than just their sexual orientation. And like you said, you had all the tools in your personality. You were athletic as hell. So there's so much more to that. So, yeah, I'd be a little offended, too.
Yeah, it was the part that was offensive was that I worked my butt off to get here, and I got here for credible reasons. So I just didn't want her, hurting my credibility by saying that. That was the insulting part, I wasn't going to say she was homophobic or anything crazy like that, which is funny because after I said I was going to call her out, she posted this, like, collage of her and all her gay friends, I guess to kind of, I don't know, be counterproductive, be proactive about the situation so that when I called her out, she could be like, oh, well, didn't you see I have gay friends? You know what I mean? But I wasn't even going to say she was homophobic. I was just going to say she offended me.
She can't call you out for being gay. It's just ridiculous. Like, she's from Brazil. She's from freaking Brazil with the carnivals and the bright colours and the feathers. And that is the pot calling the kettle black. It's ridiculous. Stupid bitch.
So do you think Gabby will be... You said she's going to be kick herself off this show, but do you think she'll be eliminated next week? Because I seen a little thing on, I think it was Tough Talk afterwards, her and Amanda getting into it on the mic, and Amanda was calling her out on not knowing anything about WWE. And it just doesn't really seem like she had the passion for it, more like Diana. So do you think she's just here to be on television?
I couldn't even tell you Gabby's reasons for being here if I tried. I don't understand that girl. I really don't. I think that she will definitely eliminate herself. I think she's going to be the next girl eliminated, whenever that is, for sure. Because literally everybody, except for maybe Sarah Lee, brings something to the table more than Gabby. I mean, she's clumsy in the ring, similar to Sarah Lee. She just doesn't bring anything.
Well, Gabby wasn't chosen originally, was she?
The WWE will see that. Except drama. She does bring drama. So.
Yeah, she does bring that.
but Gabby wasn't originally chosen for the top 13. She replaced Ashley, who I would think should have been selected from the top 40. So she wasn't even in there originally, so why does she think that she has to go around, thinking that she's the best when she's clearly not? You weren't even picked, babe.
Yeah.
Sit down. No one cares.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
So what did you think about the male contestants? Did you have any, like, good friendships with any of the guys? Tanner was just, at the very beginning of this competition, he seems like he's kind of trying to act as the alpha male. He's better than everybody in these competitions, apparently. So what did you think of that? Did you get any bad vibes from him, or?
I like Tanner. I don't like that he said that I should have gone home after everyone else said that I shouldn't have. But, he obviously has a little crush on Sarah Lee. No, I like all the guys. I think Joshua is definitely the front runner. I think he has that kind of it factor that the WWE is looking for. I don't know that Joshua will win the show, though, because he's not that into drama. And as we see, if you're not in the, if you're not in the show, then you get voted off the show. So I don't know if Josh will win, but he's my favorite to win.
So your favorites are Gigi and Josh. You think they'll be the winners?
Yeah, I think they're the most suitable to win. I don't know that they will win, but I think they're the best fit for the WWE.
Well, since they're your favorites to win, just out of curiosity, with Gigi being Australian, can you do an Australian accent, and with Josh being the Yeti, can you do the Yeti noise?
Can I do the Australian accent? I've been practicing all the time because I always make fun of her.
That's perfect.
No, I always
Can you do the Yeti noise?
Her accent is adorable, and I totally cannot pull it off. And the Yeti call.
Oh God, that's a weird noise. I can't do that.
Oh, that's too funny.
Like, no, can't even do it.
I think it's like
let me get it. Yeah, that was good.
Nikki wins.
Not too bad. What did you think of, speaking of Gigi, what did you think of her entrance? Because she won that competition out of, what was her character? Like the
Bitchy Boss.
Bad Boss, or the Boss Bitch, or Bitchy Boss?
Yeah, it was Bitchy Boss, and she nailed it. I'm not even going to lie, she surprised the hell out of me, and she brought it. Gigi, I'm telling you, Gigi's good. I really think she has a future in the WWE, and I love her as a person, and she totally nailed that challenge.
Out of all of the options available, all the gimmicks, which one would you have wanted?
Bitchy Boss, obviously.
You wanted
I
that
could
one.
have rocked that shit.
What would you have done?
Oh, my God. Well, I think or Queen of Mean. They both would have been fun, but I would have just decked myself out in my leather, which I always love to wear anyway, put on some badass combat boots, strutted my stuff, maybe done a bump or two, as you saw in my kind of gimmick, but I definitely could have rocked the Queen of Mean as Bitchy Boss.
I definitely think the Queen of Mean would have been a better gimmick for you to pull, because Sarah Lee just destroyed that. I was like, oh God, girl. And I feel like out of all of the gimmicks, I felt like you had the hardest one to really go across from, because a fallen angel could be interpreted in a whole bunch of ways, so it was pretty difficult. Because a lot of the other girls, it was either a mean girl or a Barbie, or I don't know what the fuck Gabby was, but
stripper, whore, farmer, cowherder. Full title.
Yeah, when I got the fallen angel, though, I was actually kind of excited. I was like, wait a second, a fallen angel is a devil. Like, this is perfect. I had a good theory going. I had a good idea for my thing, and last minute I switched it because I was hearing everyone else's critiques, and I kept kind of fine tuning it, and I just went out there and kind of gave it my all and put it all out there, and it was kind of goofy and kind of crazy and kind of spastic. And then when I got Lita's advice and her critique of it afterwards, I was like, oh my God, if only I could do this again, I could nail it, and I got that opportunity. So,
what was your original idea?
And you nailed it.
Yeah, my original idea was to do it nice and slow, and like I did on the live show, was to go down and just come back up as a devil. But I guess I got so excited during the first time, I was like, I just want to go crazy. And what I was really trying to do the first time was I was really trying to sell that I was like this happy, smiley, innocent angel. So that's why I did the whole skipping thing and the cutesy whatever kind of thing. But it didn't really work. It kind of came off as, I don't know, a girl skipping down the runway. So I definitely think it was better the second time.
It was like he was skipping to Jesus.
Yeah, right?
That's what it felt. Well,
in my mind, angels would skip.
I was wondering with the other gimmicks, like ones that the boys had, like obviously Nick is from Canada, I'm from the UK, but ZZ pulled out American Hero, and I wouldn't have done it like that. I was wondering how you would have done it.
American hero. I think that's the one with a lot of pressure on it too. I think I probably would have been like I probably would have made myself like a badass superhero of some sort. Like I wouldn't have been Wonder Woman, but I would have been like whatever, the Jersey Devil woman. Whatever my superhero would have been, I think I would have just created my own superhero and went out there and looked like I was saving the world.
Because I was thinking they should have like an army thing, like a real American hero is like the army, isn't it? Apparently,
right? He totally could have done a soldier, yeah.
So I didn't understand why he didn't do that, because that was my first instinct. It just really annoyed me, and it sounds like I really hate ZZ. And it's not that I hate him, I just strongly dislike and don't think he should be there.
I just felt that. Oh, sorry. I just felt that ZZ didn't really take this competition as seriously as he should have with the entrance. I just felt like he was kind of dressing up for Halloween with how his outfit was with the bear and the huge bulge that he had going on. Good Lord.
Was that real?
I'm telling you guys, I shared a room with him. That's what he looks like in his underwear, too.
No!
I swear. I know.
It's not going to make me change my mind.
It was very interesting. But no, I thought, listen, ZZ's 19 years old, so I do give him that. He's obviously a big kid at heart. You know, he likes to make people laugh. He likes to make people smile. And I think that he just felt like no matter what I go out there and do, I'm just going to make people laugh and smile. Like, I think he knew he kind of had it in the bag, so to speak. And it didn't really work out for him because they didn't, the judges kind of got offended by him being so comedic. And like I said this in another interview, I've never seen a comedic gimmick for the WWE, but that's not to say ZZ can't be the first. So I've never seen it done, but maybe he can go out there and be funny and still kick people's asses. Well, I guess we'll see.
Well, there's been a couple comedic roles in WWE. Santino Marella, I don't know if you've ever seen any of his work, but he was pretty goofy, and the fans got behind him with it as well. So I was kind of getting a Santino vibe from ZZ, how he was trying to entertain the crowd and do comedy. But his second go around, I thought pandering to the kids is a good thing, specifically with WWE right now being PG. So I thought he did well on that aspect, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And you can compare him to Santino. I don't know. I could see ZZ's gimmick working. I could see it.
No. I just don't like him.
Well, other than that, how was the judges? Because you had your trainers, which you had a really, like you said earlier, a closer relationship with, but it seemed like you guys didn't get to interact with the judges as often. I only seen a couple photos with Paige meeting up with the contestants, but how was that? Because specifically Paige on the panel, she was pretty aggressive, to say, with some of these contestants. So how was it? Was it nerve-wracking?
Yeah, Paige is awesome. Hulkster is the man. Daniel Bryan is one of my favorite people in the world, I think. We didn't get to interact with them as much, but we did get to kind of pick Daniel Bryan's brain one day. He stopped by the barracks and talked to us for like an hour. Paige is Paige. She's a badass. I mean, she doesn't give a crap what anybody thinks of her. She's just her. And I respect that 100%. And I think that Paige would be a fun person to be tag team partners with. Just throwing that out there for the future. But no, they're all awesome in their own ways, and I think it was actually a great panel of judges for this show because they're all like literally opposites of each other.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually can see you and Paige wearing the leather, being a little badass tag team together. I think that would be cute.
I'm glad you can see it. Let's just make the WWE see it now.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah,
we can do this. If we manage to get like all the Tough Enough people on it, I'm pretty sure we can manage to do this.
I think you guys have some pull.
I hope so.
I don't know. Sometimes with our show, we talk storylines in the direction where we want the divas to go, and sometimes it seems like WWE listens, and then other times they just go completely the other way.
Well, that's good to know.
So you could be in with a good thing, but it could be bad.
I have my
Is there any? Is there? Oh, thank you. Is there any women on the current roster when you if you did get signed that you would really like to see yourself working with, like working matches with, other than Paige that you mentioned?
Paige would be awesome. Obviously, the Bella Twins. Really anybody. I think all the women on the roster right now are pretty badass. So I would love to work with all of them. But Paige is probably my number one.
That's cool. Would you not like?
I think
we've all got our own personal favorites, and mine's Emma, and I think you and Emma would be great against each other. But that's just my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you like?
Pardon?
Why is she your favorite?
Oh, I don't know what it is. I just really love it. I think it's the dancing. When I go out on a night out in the UK, I'm giving it them serious moves. That is how I dance. But I just think she's a great athlete, and she, with being the first Australian diva, you'd probably work well with her. You've got a good chemistry. You'd make a good match.
Yeah, I definitely like Emma. She's definitely one of my favorites as well.
Good.
Ooh, my favorite diva is Sasha Banks, the current NXT Women's Champion. I feel like if you worked a match with her, that would be insane.
That would be definitely a cool moment. She's a badass too. She's a real serious, legit wrestler, and I respect her for that.
Are there any other guys that you want to work with?
Oh, Neville would be really cool.
Another Brit. Just going to throw that out there. He's also British.
Finn Balor would be really cool, the newest NXT champ.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool. No others?
They're probably my top two.
Okay.
Would if you were to be signed, would you like to see yourself in a wrestling role, or would you like to see yourself in more of a manager type role or an on-screen personality? Because with the divas, generally they have a bit of option, and unfortunately, sometimes with WWE, if the divas are wrestling, they don't get too much time compared to the men, but if you're an on-screen personality, it seems like you get more airtime and mic time. So I was just wondering, what would you prefer if you had any choice in that matter?
I'm an athlete, obviously, so I would love to wrestle and be a performer. But I think that WWE has, like you said, great options for women. And, as you get older in your career, maybe you become a manager, or maybe you, segment over to that or whatever. But I would definitely like to be a wrestler. I'm an athlete at heart, and I'm a performer, and I would love to do both of those.
And that's the right answer from a tough enough contestant.
Yes,
absolutely.
Definitely.
That's what I've been competing for, right?
Okay, and another question I just wanted to ask, with you wanting to pursue a career in wrestling, are you looking into any wrestling training in any of the places where you live?
Oh, absolutely. I've gotten some amazing offers from some of the best schools in the world, and I am definitely going to take somebody up on that. No announcements or decisions at this moment, but I am planning on starting very soon is all I'll say.
Well, if you are lucky enough to get signed by any wrestling company, just stay away from TNA, because that's not safe right now. Just stay away.
You got it.
I see you more of a WWE diva.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, WWE is the goal immediately ahead of me, and I'm just going to take these lemons that I've gotten from all this experience and make my lemonade, because it's time for Daria to get to the WWE.
It's only a matter of time.
I'll give you to the end of the year, then you'll be in. Don't worry, you're going to be in. You'll be okay.
And it's interesting, too, because in past Tough Enough seasons, a WWE diva right now is Cameron. She is the only one left from that season that is on the roster, and she was eliminated first from that competition, I believe. So they offered her a contract because I think it was her personality that they were interested in. So, I mean, if she could get signed, I do not see any reason why you would not be able to get signed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm on the right path, and I think that I've made the right impression to the right people, and hopefully it's just a matter of time,
It will be long. You'll be okay. But, you know, if you do get signed by WWE, is the Jersey Lobster going to come?
The Jersey Lobster has 2 new adopted mothers, Gigi and Amanda. So when they're done with the competition, they'll bring her home to me, and yeah, I'll bring the Jersey Lobster with me to the ring.
Good. I love the Jersey Lobster.
I know, it's cute.
What was the idea for all that? What brought all that on?
I walked in the house, and it was like sitting on the hot tub the first day we moved in, and I was like, ooh, a lobster. And of course, you know, I named it the Jersey Lobster, and he just became like my best friend, and I adopted him, so he's my son now / daughter, asexual object. And we just had so much fun together. I don't know. You go stir crazy in a house with, you know, not much to do. So me and the Jersey Lobster had fun on Periscope.
Yeah, you gotta entertain yourself.
So how often did you Periscope then?
I would try to do it like once a day.
Yeah. But
obviously there's days where we don't have time to Periscope. I would try to do it as much as possible though. I love Periscope. It's so much fun. I think it's like the best invention ever. It's like live YouTube where people can chat with you. It's so interactive.
What was the weirdest thing someone asked you on it? Because I asked this question to Alex, and his response really freaked me out. He said that...
What was this?
He said someone asked him, does he ever look at himself naked in the mirror and just admire himself? And I was like,
that is
what?
Interesting ask. Yeah, I've had a lot of marriage proposals. A couple sexual proposals, which is very interesting. Yeah, those would probably be the weirdest.
Give us an example of that, because, you know, we love a bit of dirt and a bit of gossip here, so what's the...
I know, you guys are digging.
Yeah, of course that's what we do.
Let me think. I have to be PG, guys.
No, you don't. You're not on Tough Enough anymore, and you're on TPP. We're not PG.
This show is definitely not PG, you were right. No, yeah, just people ask for sexual favors. It's just that general...
How would you, did you respond to that? Or, how would you handle questions like that? Would you just brush them by? Or were you like, okay, that's enough?
Come in, hundreds at a time. So I can't possibly answer them all. So I just pretend my eyes don't see those ones. Except I occasionally laugh at them. And then they'll be like, what are you laughing at? Which question did you read? And I'll be like, oh, my God, they're on to me. They're on to me.
I don't know how I'd cope. I feel like if I got a Periscope, no one would even watch me.
Yes, they would. You're hilarious.
I just moan. I don't do anything.
But other than that, I didn't have any other questions for you. Was there any other responses you just want to say to your fans out there?
Yeah, I just want to say, first of all, thank you to both of you for having me on. We listen to your podcast in the barracks when we're bored and lonely and need some smiles on our faces, and you guys are awesome. I want to thank the LGBT community for being so supportive along this entire journey. Like I said, this is a journey in itself, and it's been an experience alone, but the LGBT community has made it even better. Coming out on national television was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done, but it's also the greatest thing I've ever done. So I want to thank you to all my Jersey Devils out there, those of you that voted for me and are supporting me now on my journey to the WWE, which I can promise you is going to be an entertaining one. I'm also continuing to train MMA, so I'll be posting videos of me and my coach, so you guys can see where I really come from and what I'm going to bring to the WWE ring. Thank you, everyone, and you guys can follow me at Tough Daria or DariaB28 on Twitter, and just type in Daria Berenato on all your other social media.
Easily findable.
All right, easy. Perfect. Thank you once again so much. It was such a great honor, actually, to have you come on our show, and we just really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule and just talking to some fans.
Absolutely. I will always make time for you guys, for the media and my fans, because you guys are the reason why all of us are here, and I think that's important to realize.
So now that you're off, you've got to, kind of help us get everyone else on. That's, your goal now. You're part of the goal team.
I can totally do that for you guys.
Good.
I will contact whoever gets eliminated next, and I will get them on here.
You're a diamond.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. You are such a little sweet pea, Daria.
You guys are little sweet peas.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you on Twitter, all right?
Yes.
All right, bye.
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 Well, Nick, this is a fun interview with Daria.
Oh my gosh, how fun was that?
She's a fun girl.
She's so sweet. She's so versatile. We got that tea.
We got it. So, we'll start with you. Where can people find you online?
If you want to talk to me on Twitter, I just actually got over 200 followers, so I was happy about that. You can follow me at Nick Aiken WWE. If you have Instagram, you can follow me at Prince Pipe Bomb and at Tumblr Prince Pipe Bomb as well.
Well, if you want to find me, my brand is on Twitter and Instagram as sampele_, and my Tumblr is sampele.tumblr.com.
Perfect. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Sam, for coming on, and thank you, listeners, for listening. I really hope you guys enjoyed this interview with Daria.
It's been a good one.
And I'm so excited. She said she's going to message all the other contestants to come on the show. Oh.
So watch this space, because this space belongs to us.
Yes, I'm so happy. Such a great honor to have her on. But yeah, other than that, everybody, thank you so much for listening, and tune into the future, because we'll probably be coming out with a couple more interviews.
Awesome. Bye!
All right. Bye.